Hello, my name is Alexis Barone, and this is my weekly reflection video over tech and society. And of course, to get it out of the way, I did learn how rock, paper, scissors is also called Rochambeau. I don't know if the other people also discussed how they learned that, but I'll get it out of the way. Some things I've learned, of course, and what we've discussed in class is how or what came first, of course, is technology or science. And I think we all came, or if you've changed our mind to where eventually technology did come first, as the first stages of life. When we are kids, we end up having a situation like using the restroom, of course, and how we eventually have to solve it, and that's either by crying or eventually getting the attention of an adult. And that is a form of technology, of course, in which you eventually have a situation and you solve it. Of course, we also discussed how science was around, but science isn't much as technology, in which we eventually figure that out later on in our lives. But it does impact how technology does work with society today as well. Some things I look back at is the videos we watched. Of course, the AT&T video, in which where we had some predictions back then in the past, quite a few years ago, in which we've predicted how our technology today, in which that was computers wise, and how we would use it today. And in some sort of way, it did eventually have some good ideas in which we ended up using today. But one major one it forgot to use, or didn't really plan, was how we use phones today. And of course, as we've discussed in class, phones have impacted society quite a lot, in that which I'm using one right now to record this video. And but it's also impacted a lot of other people, in which that's the only form or way they talk to friends or family, of course, or any other people. And also things like walking on campus, you'll see quite a few people be on their phones and not want to talk to anyone, and that's impacted society quite a lot today. What else? The AT&T video did predict quite a lot, which was very interesting. Things like FaceTime, of course, have changed a lot since, in which you can call people, friends, family, anyone else that you know, and you can see them from quite a ways through that form of technology, in which it's your phone. And face recognition to also open and unlock your phone without using a password or anything. Also things like a thumb scan, I believe that's also changed since, in which they would use, I think, Razor phones. It's what they were called. Those flip phones, they've developed since, but they still use them today, and they work very well. People, don't just mind having, to call and not having to deal with any of that new technology, of course, like iPhones and Samsungs and all that, and struggle with that as well. Some other things I've learned in class is the difference between culture and society, of course. Culture is a form of way you develop or capture from other people around you, like ancestors or friends, your family, of course, and how your habits work off of them, because those are the things culture would be the thing that you pick up and learn from your family, like the habits you use, and even the ways you talk. It's some form of culture. And society, of course, is also not much like culture, in which you come in an area of a group of people in which they all are different, but you come together in that area. What else have I learned? Technology, of course, has developed since. One thing is that from the start, we didn't learn how to create fires. We've captured it first, and then from there on out, we've learned eventually how they are made and how we use them. And with that, we've developed our forms and ways on how we use fire today, in which it has impacted our lives and the society. I'm trying to think. Fire is very important, in which we use it to live off of. We use it to cook foods, we use it for warmth, and we use it to create other tools that we use till this day, of course. Also, another thing we've captured and worked with is electricity. We've captured that, and with that we use some of the technology that we've created today, like fridges, microwaves, and ACs. Also, of course, lights. We use it to charge phones, phone batteries, other things today. Now we use it for transportation too, like Teslas, and that's impacted quite a lot as well. Something else that I've learned in class is that I'm trying to think. What else did we learn? I know there's more. I know there's a lot more. We also have, we're told, of course, by you to go out and see people walk around campus and what they do. And of course, I've learned that a lot of people will walk with their phone and watch whatever Instagram or media and not pay attention in front of them, instead of interacting with one another. And that's also been something that has impacted today's society, as in back then people would interact quite often, and phones, you would never see phones around very often either. Other than that, I don't think I have much more. I can't think of much more. But that's my weekly reflection, and that'll be it. Thanks.